Okay, so I was asked for a tutorial on how I use reference images and how I animate on ibisPaint. I use Google to find my reference images, and I look up exactly what I need. Like for this one, I searched tall woman pose, and I got what I needed. In order to use an image in ibisPaint, you have to import the photo. I almost always remove the background and exclude just the character I need. Once my reference is there, I lower the opacity and add another layer. I choose a red color and start circling out the joints, things like the elbows, the shoulder, the head, hips, ankle, waist. I even block out the hands and major parts like the ribs. Next, I take a blue and go over the red lines and sort of trace out my base. This almost always gives me the perfect base to put some of my OC's characteristics on. Also, slight heads up, I'm really sorry that all of my line art is extremely messy. Bear with me. Once you've done that, you should have a silly looking little body shape like this. I like to clean it up a little bit, and sometimes you can even take the liquify tool to make it more towards your OC. Here's the blue lines over the reference image. There you go. And then from there, I start working on my final line art, adding my eyes and all my characteristics. Oh yeah, that happened. And once you're done sketching out your line art, you should have something that looks somewhat like this, or what you were intending. That's really just the gist of how I use reference images to create my OCs. When animating, you want to start a new canvas and scroll all the way down to the animation tab. Here I usually just go with a 1:1, and I stick with 10 frames per second just to start out. For this example, I'm going to draw an eye blinking. The easiest way to do this is to start out with the eye open and then the eye closed. The plus sign is how you add more frames in between. Here's my closed eye, and together they look like this. From there, you'll usually go in between each frame and fill in the gap. As you can see, there is a red and a green line showing the previous and the next frame. Continue to add frames and you get something kind of like this. Here's a finished one I did about a year ago, just for example, but the more frames you add, the more fluid it'll be. Hope I was able to help any at all.